Welcome, everyone, to Pinfalls and Passports. For those who don't already know, this is a podcast for people just like you, those who love the sport of professional wrestling, and for members of our WWE travel community Discord server. If you are not a member of the WWE travel community, come join one of the fastest growing pro wrestling communities online. You can find the Discord invite link here in the podcast bio. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Pinfalls and Passports, on X at Pinfalls and Pass, and TikTok at Pinfalls under. And don't forget to follow and subscribe to this podcast to keep up to date with all the things involving the wacky world of professional wrestling. My name is Mirah. This is Pinfalls and Passports, and today I am joined by Dorkchop for our AEW highlights and recap of the
Hey,
week. How are you doing? How's your week
it's been pretty good. Hung out with you at Raw on Monday.
Yes, that is true. So we get to see each other there.
Yeah.
Wrestling has been quite on the roll the last few weeks, I'd say.
That's that time of year.
It's just that time of year, honestly. But today we're talking AEW. So we're going to kick it off.
All right.
I think last week we had teased that, Tomaso was facing Mark Briscoe for the TNT Championship. AEW Collision that aired on January 31st this past weekend. It was a good show. So Tomaso Champa wins the TNT title in his debut. Did you see it? Did you catch
I caught clips and I was impressed. I mean, in just 1 week, Tony Khan made Tomaso Ciampa matter more than Triple H made him matter in 4 years.
Yeah. I just am amazed. His promo work is really, really good. He in the ring, and we knew just seeing him in NXT Black and Gold, he is a top guy. But when you're amongst all these top guys, you kind of get lost in the shuffle, and to see how Tony has presented him is chef's kiss. But the bout was physical, multiple big shots, and then Ciampa finished with a decisive finisher and secured the belt. I mean, I was very happy with that match. Another big match that was on the card was the Babes of Wrath versus the Sisters of Sin. This match came about because they wanted to ensure that Chris Statlander and Thakla during their AEW Women's Championship match remained clean. So the Babes of Wrath offered the Sisters of Sin a title shot as long as they, stay clear of that match there, which happened. And ultimately, the Babes of Wrath retain, and they keep their title run going. And then one last title match that happened on that Collision was for the Intercontinental. Is it
International?
Yeah. No. Yeah, there we go. I'm about to say international. Wrong belt. All these damn belts. So the International Championship defense, it was Okada. He successfully retained that belt against Adam Priest. I seen Adam Priest at the AEW tapings at 2300. He's a tiny guy, but he's backed with a lot of powerful, to him. So it was good to see him have that shot. But Okada retained, kind of expected that. And then the undercard was also pretty solid as well. You had Darby Allen pick up a win over Clark Connors to continue his momentum. This is going to be Darby's year. I feel like he always says this, but there's always something stopping him. Post-match, he was actually beat down by Gabe Friend and his kids, a.k.a. Clark Connor. So he was beat down. And then we get a video in Dynamite, which we'll get to a lot later, but this seems like Darby is now going to be feuding with Gabe Kidd. So I don't know when we will actually see Darby in a title picture as of yet, but we'll see when that happens. And then the Rascals of Desmond, Xavier, and Zachary Wentz scored a tag team victory over Crew, which was Action Andrade and Leo Rush. And then Orange Cassidy and Tony Storm teamed up to defeat Gino Medina and the Lady Bird Monroe in a fun tag match.
I like them together. They are fun to watch.
I do. I like them as well. This match was just to build them up. They're heading towards Grand Slam Australia. They'll be having a mixed tag match with Wheeler Judah and Marina Shafir in a loser loses their hair match. So, this is just to build them up. Honestly, I could see Tony Khan also adding mixed tag belts sometime down the lines. He doesn't need to do any of that, actually. Tony,
we don't need more belts, Tony.
Yeah, we really don't need any more belts, but I could see him doing it. You know, you want to have your big stars like Orange Cassidy and Tony Storm on people's screens. People are there for them. So I could see him potentially doing
that. But he really should focus on that NFL Lucha Mask deal that he just secured.
Yes, I did hear about that today. I'm very excited for him. I mean, more eyes on it, the better, honestly. And then from that collision, they drew in nearly 500,000 viewers on TNT that night. This is one of their best collision in months, and I really feel like this came from Ciampa's debut and title change. A lot of people were anticipating that, and it's like wanting him to be like that guy for that show there. So that was really good to see.
Yeah, no, it was a solid show overall on Saturday night, especially a lot of people tuned in, and I'm happy for AEW because you ran the risk of wrestling burnout with the Royal Rumble being the same day.
Mm-hmm. So I feel like 500,000 is, or nearing that 500,000 is actually really great for them. I know they're just about improving the numbers each week, so hey, good for them. And then next we have AEW Dynamite from this past Wednesday that aired on February 4th. This was an action-packed show. It helped accelerate a lot of feuds. We got some packages and stuff, so we'll jump right on into it. The show opened up with a trios tag match, so it was the Death Riders, so Jon Moxley, Daniel Garcia, and Pac versus the Don Callis family, Takeshita, Josh Alexander, and El Clone. I really did enjoy this match. It was a good match to open up with. They were at the Palms in Vegas, and that crowd was hot. I actually enjoyed the crowd a lot. So Pac and El Clone, especially El Clone, had some nice breakout spots. It was good to see Moxley and Takeshita exchanging blows and exploders throughout the match. Like, we already know where this is heading for those two. Takeshita wants that belt, or he wants a shot at that belt, rather. So, you know, I thought the Death Riders would win because it was times where, like, you thought they would get the win. Josh Alexander broke it up just in the nick of time. This was an explosive opening match. Like, the crowd was really into it. Garcia kicks out of a power drive knee, but he doesn't kick out of the Raging Fire. And the Don Callis family wins this match here, which sets Takeshita on a path to Jon Moxley's championship belt.
Yeah, the Raging Fire looked nasty.
So I love him. Takeshita is just one of those guys that is super entertaining. I feel like he's similar to Okada. If he likes you, he's going to perform at his very best. But I feel like he's also like, he's always going to perform at like his best, I feel like. But I don't know. It's going to be good to see him and Moxley when that time does come. So following that match, Swerve has a little like backstage like segment, and I think it was Renee, and she asks like, so what's next for you? Because you're not in the title picture. And Prince Nana basically speaks up and like, Swerve is not done with that, you know, world championship. So somehow, some way, Swerve will still be involved. That's good to see. And then following that, Will Ospreay, he had a package. The boy is coming soon. It was a beautiful package. I think it's posted on their Instagram, if I'm not mistaken. But for him, it does look like the Billy Goat is on his way back. We are ready when he is. I'm waiting for you, Pookie. It's like he's coming back from neck surgery. It's been too long, hasn't it? It hasn't been too long because this is neck surgery. So I want him to take all the time you need, but come back when you're ready. But I think he will probably be back by the time you go to Vancouver for Dynasty. At least I'm thinking that.
Well,
because I'm like,
why
are we running this package? Right, like why is he running? Like, why are we running this package so early? But you know, we'll see. Following that, it was a mixed tag match. So once again, we had Orange Cassidy and Tony Storm versus Jordan Oasis and Brittany Brooks. It was a cute match. It honestly just showed Cassidy and Storm they can work together. Just building again towards their match in Australia against Wheeler Yuta and Marie Shavir.
No, the promo after the match was what really sold me on them.
Yeah, and that's why I'm like, are they really gonna shave?
Oh my God, I look like a penis.
She's like, I look like a penis, and then everything pans to Luther. And I'm like, poor Luther catching strays. He's just out here trying to help Tony. He's catching strays, but no, I think it's gonna be a good match. I just don't know who they want to push more right now. It's seeming like it's going to be Orange Cassidy and Tony Storm, but Wheeler and Shafir should not be slept on. So
I have a feeling that Orange and Tony are going to win the match, but Wheeler and Marina are going to shimmy their way out of that stipulation.
yeah, somehow, some way it's going to happen. But I'm just like, I don't know. I'm here for it. I'm very excited. And following that, we had Hangman Adam Page versus Mark Davis. Now, this is where I think we had discussed this the other day. We're like, wait, so who's going to face for the belt? And I'm like, no, it's supposed to be Kenny Omega versus Andrade. Whoever wins goes to Revolution. I'm sorry, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it's Hangman Adam Page versus Mark Davis, and whoever wins from that match goes to Grand Slam. And then they'll verse the winner of the Kenny and Andrade match for a shot at Revolution. But I feel like when Tony Schiavone said this last week, all I heard was whoever wins from this Swerve Andrade match is going to face Kenny and go to Revolution. So I may have misheard that last week. Sorry if I did, but
I think
I'm like,
you did because I remember them saying there was 3 guys in the mix, and one of them was a Hangman Adam Page, and that Kenny and Andrade would face each other for the right to face Hangman in Australia.
But then why have the match with Mark Davis to...
I don't know. All I will say is Mark Davis is a big, beefy boy.
He is a big, beefy boy. And we're going to get to that because I like Mark Davis. I know he's a tag team guy, but he's super hard hitting. I really like him a lot. I could see him being pushed this year, even if it's not with like the men's world championship with like a TNT or the international belt or the national belt, any of those belts, because there's plenty to go around over there. So like I can see him honestly excelling.
He's gonna have time to do it too because Jake Doyle's hurt.
Right. And I don't know if Jake Doyle is super hurt because I seen him like he was in the gym on Instagram, so I don't know if he's going to be out for like 6 weeks, 2 months, could be longer, but either way, I want Mark Davis to take his opportunities and run with it. But he was trying to kill Hangman, not gonna lie. And I feel like a turn in this match was when Hangman hit the tombstone pile drive outside the ring, which basically gassed Mark. And this opened up ample opportunity for Hangman to, pretty much take advantage. Hangman hits a buckshot lariat, wins the match. Now Hangman is going to Grand Slam to face the winner of Omega Andrade for an opportunity at Revolution. And that match, I think, followed right afterwards. But before that, they had another package. Kevin the Jet Knight. He had a great package. I believe they're trying to let the audience know that he is the future. He's really young, super athletic. Like he's like one of those bouncy boys.
So he's AEW's Javon Evans.
Vibes. Yeah, like he's very bouncy. So I mean, they believe in him. He's 1/3 of the trios champions right now. So that was really awesome to see. So I'm hoping at least, down the line, even once they defend them, lose those trios belts, that he'll still be in some sort of title picture. And he also had a great showing in the Continental Classic as well. So that was really good to see. Following that, we had the Andrade versus Kenny Omega. Okay. I'm going to open up with this. There were a particular group of ladies at ringside. Okay. And from what I seen online and what we were discussing in the server, AEW hired adult female star to gall over Andrade at ringside. They were beautiful women too. Yes. So so Andrade, he comes out, he looks like a star. Okay. I said this before and I'm saying this again. I guess he needed to go back and forth in order to get this right. I don't think this is his final chance, but he's also really like he's at that age where this is his make or break, I feel like. And he's excelling.
Andrade, it was one of those things where when he bounced back, he went from WWE to AEW the first time. They tried to present him like a mid-card star. And then he went back to when he went back from AEW to WWE at the 2024 Royal Rumble, it was like no pop. And he was just basically presented as no one that mattered. He had that best of 7 series with Carmelo Hayes. He had a tag match with Rey Mysterio. But those are the highlights of his run in WWE in the second time. And I felt like when he came back to AEW, I was like, well, whatever. But then They put him right in there with Kenny Omega, and they present him the way they've presented him. And now I'm convinced he's a top guy. And so now you maybe Triple H is like, I don't know. But Andrade has really improved his stock in the last few weeks, and I'm here for it.
Yep, and I'm very excited. This match was really good. Again, I can't stress this because I know the health stuff that Kenny has gone through. Kenny Omega looks amazing, okay? I'm enjoying his singles run right now. The match had incredible spots. Andrade is a star. They had some spots outside the ring that scared me, I'm not going to lie. But again, they're professional, so I'm like, okay, shoot. Okay, so we got past that. Let's get back in the ring. But then Don Callis, this man, he brings Andrade a screwdriver, right? Andrade takes it. Swerve comes out to try to come save the match, so it's a clean match. Aubrey Edwards, our referee, she gets distracted. She thinking Swerve's there up to no good. Andrade takes advantage of this and low blows Kenny.
Learn from the dirtiest player in the game, his former father-in-law.
Yup. Hits his finisher and wins the match. I think Andrade's new finisher is the low blow. If there's a distraction, there's a low blow, you know? So, I mean, I'm not upset with him. I'm glad it was Andrade. I feel like Kenny will have some more time, especially with, Billy Goat on the horizon. I think this will be a good match for Andrade, especially if
now, do you see Andrade advancing to Revolution?
I want him to advance to Revolution. I think we've seen some I think we've seen a lot of Hangman. I don't know if the audience has Hangman fatigue yet, but I don't think it would be a bad deal to see Andrade. Let him cook. Let's see what he can do. If it's two heels in a match, let's say, and we'll talk about it later, let's say it is MJF who is the champion and he's going against Andrade. Let it be two heels and let them cook, because it's like, if MJF typically uses a low blow and Andrade is now using a low blow, what are y'all going to do? MJF has his ring. Andrade is going to have a screwdriver. So I would like to see that happen. I just want to see what they can do if that is the case from there.
Can you top this with the cheating?
Right. I would be interested in it. And then, post-match, he goes celebrates with the beautiful women ringside. Oh, yeah. He's a ladies' man,
He went from hitting DMs to sliding into DMs.
Right. Exactly. I like that. And then next we had Chris Statlander. She was backstage, and essentially she's giving Thekla another title shot. Why are you doing this? Are you dropping the title? Why are we giving out title shots? We don't. Yeah,
Thekla should be in the rearview mirror at this point.
Exactly. So I believe they were going to announce the actual stimulation for that match, but she doesn't give it. I believe she might be letting us know on Collision this weekend, maybe, or if not, it'll just be during the actual match next week. I feel like she wants to protect the protect the actual match that they're going to have next week. But I'm like, why are we giving out title shots so close to? Well, not so close, because we still have damn near 4 weeks, but so close to the first pay-per-view of AEW. Not a fan. Yeah. But if she does drop it, I know Thekla will be a good heel champion. It's not that she wouldn't be. It's just but why? Why right now? I feel like a lot of people, including myself, are starting to buy into Chris as our champion. So let's not take it away just yet.
The only thing I see with Thekla getting another shot, though, is that she's going to win this time, and she's going to become the AEW Women's Champion. And you could do worse.
That's my fear.
Thekla could be a solid champion.
That's what I'm saying. I think she will be. If during this opportunity next week, I think if they give it to her, she's gonna run with it. She's a heel. She spits in faces. She don't got no problem with cheating. You know what I'm saying? So, and she's really good in the ring. So, I'll be interested to see.
Yeah, she's solid.
And then following that, we had the Babes of Wrath, Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron versus Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford, which are known as Mega Bad. That's their new name. They were in an AEW women's tag team eliminator match. It was a really enjoyable match. Penelope Ford looked really good. She had some high risk spots. Harley hit a gnarly DDT in the match as well. But the Mega Bads, or a Mega Bad, is going to Grand Slam, and they're going for those tag team belts.
Megan Bayne looked really good in this match too, like really strong. The Mega Sis showed out.
I can't wait until she's on her singles run. And I know they're trying to like be careful with her, you know, like make like, you know, before she gets too far in. But I like her. I like her a lot. We have to have an episode or at least talk about Big Event. So for those who are listening, Big Event is like WrestleCon on the East Coast, I would like to say. And she's going to be there. And there's going to be a whole bunch of talent there. And I'm so excited to have the chance to potentially meet Megan Bayne. Because I just want to tell him, like, you're that bitch. Like, you're that bitch. Like, you're like one of AEW's rising stars, and I can't wait to see her in the singles title picture. But yeah, that was a great match for them. But the Babes of Wrath, people are coming for your title. So
no, the Big Events lineup is looking really stacked.
Right?
Got me thinking about taking a drive to Long Island.
And crazy enough, I looked at my list last night. I'm like, okay. I'm going back. I have like 13 people on my list. Most of them are either WWE legend. So I have Jacqueline on there. I have Raven on there. And then I have like all of the AEW women's roster. It's like everybody from AEW currently.
No fangirling over here.
Listen. I love them. They're precious. But going back to this, we had Jack Perry versus Ricochet for the National Championship. And as I was watching, I'm like, why do we have a Continental,
International,
National? Why do we have all these belts? Again, and I know I probably said this before, Ricochet's belt should be a trophy, in my opinion, like the Heritage Classic in NXT. I feel like it should be something like that, but I don't.
Well, I think the Heritage Cup in NXT is a rib because you got to carry that damn thing around everywhere.
It is, but you know, I would rather see him carry something like that than have this belt, in my opinion.
Okay.
It's just like, come on now, what the fuck? Like, how many belts do y'all really need? But Jack Perry, he looked really strong when starting the match. He delivered majority of the offense, and then once the crowd started chanting "bald," that was when Ricochet ultimately like took over. But I pop every time they go "bald, bald, bald." It doesn't matter if it's like Ricochet or FTR or, you know, Stokely or Don Callis. Anytime I hear the "bald" chant, I just pop. But it's really, really fun and enjoyable when you hear that. But once the "ball" chants began, Ricochet gains advantage of Perry. There's a lot of high spots between the two men. The Gates of Agony comes out, which causes a distraction.
Yeah, and then one of them used a distraction to get Ricochet's hand on the ropes.
Yes, yeah. So I'm like, what are we doing? And then the Young Bucks come out to restore the match. And Ricochet ultimately retains, unfortunately. I really wanted Jack Perry to win.
Yeah.
Ricochet has been getting a lot of shit, but I like his character now in AEW. I feel like before, I never really seen his personality. He excelled over in New Japan, but when he was in WWE, in my opinion, he was just known as like the high spot.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like he would just do like the high spots. Like, right now, yeah, he's talking shit, but like he's also performing. But I'm just like, he's all right. But I wanted Jack Perry to win.
Yeah, I kind of wanted Jack to win as well. I mean, as soon as the Young Bucks came out, I was like, oh, Jack's gonna win. And then
exactly. That's
then
what I thought.
that finish happened, and I'm like, oh, that was disappointing.
But I feel like Jack Perry or someone up and coming will take that belt from him. I just don't know who yet, but
yeah,
I feel like it is coming soon. And then following, why did production get beat up or get choked by fucking Gabe Kidd and was like, play my tape. And so Gabe Kidd and Clark Connors kidnapped Darby Allen and drag him in the desert.
Kidnap.
So this is like, I guess so. But like he's in a body bag, so he's getting dragged. So it's very similar to the spot back in August when they were in Philly And Darby Allen basically dragged Gabe Kidd. So they basically switched. But this is Darby Allen's feud right now. He's stuck in Gabe Kidd territory.
Yeah. Yes, so let's just hope he gets out of it in one piece and back on track for the AEW World Championship.
Yeah, I think he's going to need to call a friend. He's going to need to phone a friend to help because he got Clark Connors. You know, Gabe Kidd has Clark Connors right now, so I'm going to need Darby to, phone
Yeah,
a friend
because,
or
I mean,
something.
Darby's just too crazy for his own good.
Yeah, I'm just like, okay. Then our main event, which I was very like, I'm looking at the time, and I'm like, we don't even have 10 minutes left, so this has to be a quick match. So our main event is Brody King versus MJF in an AEW Men's Championship Eliminator match. If Brody King wins, he will go to Grand Slam Australia and face MJF for the AEW Men's Championship belt. So the start of this match, there's fuck ice chants, okay? And I love every second of it. I didn't think they would air it. I didn't even think that they would allow it to, repeat, but they did. I was very impressed by that. So I was like, okay, all right, okay. And then at the start of the match, Hangman comes out. This distracts MJF. And it's a squash after that. Brody chokes MJF.
I mean, did you notice the symmetry, like almost the mirror image of from Monday night where Gunther choked out Dragon Lee and Brody King pretty much did the same thing to MJF.
Yep. So basically choked him out, brings him back in the ring because I think he falls off, puts him in the corner, hits a cannonball, and then a Gonzo bomb wins the match.
But then when you mention how much time was left,
I'm like, yeah, there really wasn't enough time. So I'm like, oh, they really wanted to just like get this done and over with. But I'm glad to see Brody King in the main title picture. He feels like a big deal. Again, I don't know if he'll beat MJF, but if he does,
I don't see
I
don't see it happening.
I don't see it though. I don't see it right now. I think we would have to build him up a little bit more. But it's good to see him in that main title picture at the moment. So overall for me, Dynamite was really, really solid. There were some things I probably would have kept out, like Gabe Kidd, Clark Connors, kidnapping, Darby Allen. We could have kept that out. And then Jack Perry not winning. We could have also kept that out. But it was a solid show. I enjoyed it, really. But we do have the Collision card that'll be airing tomorrow on TNT and HBO Max and Triller for those international. So it'll be a TNT Championship 3-way match. Tomaso Champa, Roderick Strong, and Claudio Castagnoli. We'll have the Young Bucks versus the Gates of Agony. We'll have Kevin Knight versus Scorpio Sky. We'll have Awa versus Van. Viva Van is actually really good. I like her a lot. I've seen her in ROH, but she's really, really good. Then we have another mixed tag match, which will be Wheeler Yuta versus Marina Shafir versus Dante Martin and Zeta Steel. And then we'll have Thekla versus Brittany Brooks. So this will help, I guess, elevate Thekla for that championship match that she has coming up next week on Dynamite. And then just to take a little quick preview at our AEW Grand Slam Australia card. Right now, currently, we have the AEW World Championship match, MJF versus Brody King. We have the AEW Continental Championship match, Jon Moxley versus Sasha. We have the number one contenders match for the world title opportunity at Revolution. It's a mouthful. You have Hangman Adam Page versus Andrade El Idolo. And then we'll have the Tornado mixed tag match, Hair versus Hair. So Orange Cassidy and Timeless Tony Storm versus Wheeler Yuta and Marina Shafir. And then we currently have the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship match, the Babes of Wrath going in as champion versus Mega Bad of Penelope Ford and Megan Bayne.
Sounds like a stacked card so far.
Yeah, so far they have a stacked card. I feel like we don't need any more matches, but we probably will have a couple.
Come on, this is an AEW show. They stack it a little too much. They give us too much.
No, so we'll see. No, but I'm very excited. The next few weeks are going to be really stacked for AEW, especially coming out of the potential title change between Statlander and Thekla, Brody King and MJF. So I'll be on the lookout for that, honestly.
I'm
but no,
kind of excited for Thekla to become women's champion. I've really liked what I've seen from her so far. She is so good. Oh my God. Like that promo where she, see you later,
Yes,
and then
like
the live long
like,
and
I'm just
prosper
like,
with the middle finger.
yeah. So I'm just like, I'm very much a fan. So I'm curious to see what this simulation is, how it's going to go. But we'll just have to wait and tune in next Wednesday. I'm about to say next Thursday. I'm like, that's not the right day.
No. That's the night that Austin wants us to watch wrestling.
Oh yeah, yeah. TNA, y'all. Thursdays 9 p.m. AMC. Austin, I did it just for you.
Love you, Pookie.
Love you, Pookie. Exactly. Love you, Pookie. But no. And then Revolution is right around the corner, so they have a lot of building to do.
Yeah.
You know.
And after that, there's Dynasty.
Oh yeah, and you're excited for that because you'll be there. But no, I think after next weekend, which is Grand Slam in Australia, I think we'll probably know what these feuds are going to be looking like leading into Revolution, and I'm very excited to see.
Yeah.
That does it for us today. We have been Pinfalls and Passports. Please, everyone, enjoy. Have a good night or a good morning whenever you're listening to us. We will be back next week with all things wrestling, maybe some travel tips, things like that, or any events that pop up our way. But enjoy and
Peace.
bye-bye.